Death Watch.
So, when we had left off... Do I need to move that? There we go. Sorry. Okay. So, when we had left off last time, Rafe had went to have a sit-down with the...
Is it Lady Sarah?
Lady... Baleen. Sorry, you were meeting, yes. You were meeting with... Sarah,
not the one I want
to. Baleen is none the wiser.
Yeah. Although I'll ask after her. So I need for the creator to remind me what the situation looks like and what exactly I'm doing here.
At first, you guys were scouting. You had watched for about 6 hours, and then you had made the decision to request a audience.
Because we're trying to figure out what kind of trading Baleen is doing.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out. So your mission in this is to
who she's meeting with.
Yeah,
what they're talking about, and what she's after.
Exactly, is basically what Baleen's business is. You know that the Lord of the Crescent Palace is out. And you have seen 3 ladies, noblewomen, moving around the grounds with, by your estimate, let's see, about 8 to 10 serving men and women and guards.
Okay, so we were sitting at this absurdly long dining table. And what kind of woman is Lady Sarah?
Yeah, he had been unable to find a description.
Yeah,
because they expected us to charge in.
Right.
Yeah.
We can change plans now.
So
I'll charge across the table.
You can't quite put an age to her face, but she has long black hair. She was Terran.
Tearing up the night?
Yes. And she is dressed in a...
Oh, wait.
We'll say...
Can I go get some more food if you're going to go into a clothing description?
I was thinking about it, but I'll save you from that.
No, I'm interested.
So she's dressed in a magnificent red gown with lace and gold scrollwork up the sleeves, and
what's the bodice
deeper
cut?
red petticoats, along with a
high-necked.
No, actually,
sharply plunging V-shaped bodice.
It was a very sharply plunging. And she's sitting across from you right now. She's granted your audience. You've just been let in.
She's wearing it.
And the servants had, Falk had followed the servants to grab a meal of his own. And she asks to what she owes the pleasure.
Oh, right. Well, I'm Rafe Tanchico. Raul Tanchico, as my cousin's name is Rafe.
A cousin familial.
Right. I was going to be named Rafe, but they changed their mind at the last minute. Anyhow, I thank you for accepting me to this dinner. I brought this commemorative coin as a gift.
That's right. Nice.
And I'll hold it out, but realize there's 13 feet of table between me and her.
Roll it.
Where's the servant?
So there is there are guards and
do that
serving
thing.
Women in the room. As one of them comes up and accepts the coin, but doesn't take it to her. They just take it and then exit the room.
I didn't even care about that.
Bloody thief.
Thought it was his tip.
She says, well, thank you for going through the trouble of calling upon me in the Crescent Palace, but you must be aware by now that Lord Balthaz is away.
Yes. I am aware of that, but I had heard that there is a Terran lady in residence. And I myself, being a Terran, knew that the best place to find hospitality in this godforsaken city is here.
Light blasted.
Light blasted
Light
city.
forsaken. Something like
Light bleeding city. I don't know.
Well, I thank you for your interest, but I am not currently accepting any courtiers at this time.
Oh,
Is she Terran? I thought
Yes,
it was
she is.
Baleen that was
I guess they both are.
Yeah, it doesn't say what nationality she is either.
No.
So I know that Baleen did have a nationality, which was Terran.
Well, there can't be two Terrans in one spot. I'm actually here to kill her. Or her eye. Yes, well, I'll explain my backstory that I'm, far from home. I'm about to become the lord of House Tanchico in Tyr. I'm traveling with my serving man. What was your alias?
I apologize. She is a Kerhinen. Kerhine?
I like the audiobook pronunciation. They say Kyrian.
Kyrian? There you go. She is a Kyrian.
I don't know if I had an alias. I had just delivered a message and I didn't have a name.
Yeah, I don't think they really were looking for his name either, being a servant.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's part of my backstory. Well, my serving man who I saved and had Merc from a terrible fate has traveled with me before I take control of my house.
You're one of those lords that can't remember his own servant's
Right.
name.
It works for a Terran lord,
Yeah.
since they literally think the common people are
I'm hoping
different.
that you play it to the point where Falk punches you, like once you're out in the street.
So I was just looking for a little
Well,
bit
luckily I'm
of
not
comfort
there.
at home in company of what I thought was a Terran lady, but I see that you're Kyrian.
She says that she'll be more than happy to pass along the message to the Lady Baleen.
Lady. Oh, there is a Terran lady in residence.
It's not me, but I was confused. The TV was on.
Oh, that's interesting. What house is she from? Do you know?
I think that she would prefer to tell you herself.
Oh, okay.
As if you give me the name of the inn that you're staying at, I will make sure that she knows where she can reach you.
Oh, actually, it'd be no trouble at all if you were to just introduce me to her after our meal here.
So her
Diplomacy.
she had a smile, like a smile that never really touched her eyes while you guys have been talking, and
Everybody has
with
those.
that comment, it does slip a little bit. You sense some irritation.
Excuse me, I'm being very rude. I came here to see Lady Syrah.
This is Lady Sir.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know, that's how I'm being very rude.
Okay.
Bailey,
Because you're
another
talking
woman.
about another woman.
My
I
apologies.
get it.
Forgive me, I didn't attend my teachers well in matters of the court. I was more interested in trade.
What type of trade were you in?
Oh, all manner of things. Tyr is a port city, so many things come in there. You want me to bluff it?
Yeah.
Just say fish.
Oh. Dark One's on luck.
Uh,
Or are you just going to go with it?
I'll just have to go. It's part of his character flaw, so he's not a good liar. Two Rivers tobacco.
And longbows.
We
Lots
grow
of
it, and
longbows.
I mean to say we have a good connection. What else? And south.
Buy it green from Two Rivers, age it in the borderlands.
Right.
That's
how you get the best flavor.
the waste to the heat, the humidity up there.
It adds a slight aftertaste of rot, which sounds repulsive at first, but I assure you, it's what all the pipe smokers are looking for.
Adds to the fermentation.
Right.
So she lets you go through your spill with the trade, and She says that you must be tired from such a long journey. I'll not keep you anymore. And
Yeah, you could just have one of your serving people take me to speak with Lady Baleen.
she does wave her hand at the servant, who comes over and stands by your side expectantly.
But we haven't even finished our food.
Yeah, she's aware.
Okay, well, we're going to have to charge.
She thinks you've been sitting on a chair this whole time, but it's in fact your steed. So
I got my, so I'll
Come on, Omerlin, seat.
just canter out of the room then. All right, so I'll catch the mood in the air. Much too late. And stand and bow formally and stiffly.
The serving woman gives you a small curtsy and says, "My lord," and ushers you back out the way that you came. You do hear behind you, Lady Sari says that don't forget to leave the name of the inn with my servant here. That way we make sure that Baleen knows right where to find you.
Of course, and I'll bow again.
As she picks up a goblet and starts drinking what you could assume to be wine.
And I'll leave the room with the servant. I'll tell the servant that we're staying at the Rue de Kyrie Inn.
Okay. You catch, she kind of gives you a side eye and says, "I'm not aware of that inn."
Of course not. You're a servant. Let's go.
backhand.
This is how we do it.
So,
I'll take this
Falk,
as-
you actually have some time here if you want to do anything. Everybody pretty much just leaves you alone. I mean, there's no guards guarding the kitchens here. There are cooks and scullions and other servants moving about, engaged in conversation and eating, and various other tasks.
Yeah, I'll sit down with the ones that are eating and kind of strike up a conversation about where the old lord went, how long they expect him to be gone, serving these new occupants.
Go ahead and do a gather information.
No,
Wow, we're rolling good tonight.
What'd you get?
I got a
You
5.
should have rolled it in the box. See?
Double.
So, I mean, it's not any type of secret knowledge. They tell you that Lord Balthaz is visiting his country estates to the west right now. It is kind of odd, the time of travel, because he was called away unexpectedly last month. But these 3 ladies are his distant relatives, and they had come to visit.
Then I was going to try and transition it into how they like working for these ladies, what they do for them.
They don't find any complaints with them. I mean, there's
Oh, come on.
kind of standard, I
Nobody's
guess.
going to complain about their boss.
Yeah, there's kind of the standard, like, one person's a little curt, and, like Sari's a little curt with everybody, and Baleen, everything has to be, like, perfect, or she makes you do it all again. But no more than any normal lord or lady.
Okay.
So they don't abuse us or anything.
Okay. I think that's probably about all the information I have a right to even ask for with the role I got.
You're not going to poke around, Justin?
So,
Well, it seemed like that was a pretty short dinner. I don't know how much beyond just,
Chatter.
yeah.
so
chatter.
no one actually came to get you, unless Rafe is going to remind them to.
No, I suppose that they'll escort me out, and I won't see him anywhere. And
Bloody Taraboner's not even...
I'll think he's gone back to the inn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, they sit and talk with you for as long as you'd wish, but eventually they start moving away to their various tasks.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask if it's all right if I just walk around the grounds while I wait for my lord.
Yeah, as they will allow you to walk the grounds. And there, that there are guards here, so
Yeah.
they'll make sure you don't go anywhere you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'll kind of get the lay of the manor
Okay.
around the outside.
Are you going to do outside or inside or?
I'll go outside first and just kind of do one full lap around the outside of the building, and then come in and begin wandering around looking for my master.
So the property itself is surrounded by a 15-foot high fence made of white stone. It only has one gate that's made of iron that's finely wrought with a design of a crescent moon above a large tree. There's a wide path of crushed white rock that leads from the gate towards the house. So there's 3 doors that lead into the palace. They have the main entrance that has a small flight of marble stairs that goes up to brass double doors. It's enameled and engraved with a scene depicting a crescent moon in the sky over Tanchico Bay, with ships moored in the harbor and the city gleaming white below. There is also, you notice, a basement that has windows. There are windows that can access the first floor as well. And you see on the second floor there are large, at each corner there's a large balcony on the second floor. So there's 4 of those. The inside itself, the inside of the building is extremely luxurious. Luxurious? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's easy to see why this place is called a palace. The floors are tiled or layered in rich carpets, while the walls are decorated with frescoes and crescent-detailed cornices. The center hall rises through both floors to the domed roof above, with double staircases and a large tiered fountain bubbling in a shallow pool. A number of doors lead to surrounding rooms. So you can, I don't know if I had seen or showed you this. So this is the main floor here, and you guys had come in through the front door, and Rafe was taken to the dining room here. You had went with the servant down the stairs here and into the kitchens over here.
Okay.
And then the servants' quarters were attached to those.
Okay.
That's all in the basement. And then
You said there were 3 doors in, right? There was the main ones, and then where were the other 2?
So they have one that leads directly into the basement, and then another one that leads into the first floor into a ballroom.
Okay. Do they have stables on the ground?
It doesn't list them here, but I would assume that it would, just because it's a lord's manor here.
I'll try and find the stables and see if there are any kind of merchant wagons there. Because she was supposed to be a merchant, right?
That's the information that Sheena had given you guys, or had given
Adina and Shoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, John, but when you mentioned it, how do we go about recognizing an Aes Sedai?
So I would have you do a
Spot.
Well, I guess this would go into your background. Have you seen an Aes Sedai knowingly before?
Channeling is outlawed in Tyr at this time, as I understand it, but I don't think that means Aes Sedai are not there. So
I'd say you could probably get away with like a knowledge, arcana, history. I guess maybe even geography. I mean, I know that's lay of the land, but it could be like
Right. So it's definitely like a fact to know that association. So it would either be an intelligence or a knowledge check.
I would say, depending on how your knowledge works, you know it. But what was it, those Chaldean soldiers in Camelin? They didn't know what an Aes Sedai looked like to save their lives. So,
no, not a ton of people do. It's like...
so I'd say, like, based on how you
What
roll,
knowledges do you have?
I don't have Arcana. If that's the one I have. History, nature, nobility, and royalty.
I'll let you do history.
nobility and royalty.
Or, yeah,
they have
nobility.
advisors.
That's true. Yeah, due to your nobility and royalty.
12. Sorry. I'd say it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, if you were trying to figure out if Sari was one, the answer would be no.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Sorry for
Because all Aes Sedai are the most. They're so beautiful that they take your soul when you look at them.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, I would say that
they're beautiful, but there's something hideous about them that
Yeah, they got like a fifth toe on the back of their heel.
Because, like, for example, Moraine, right, is obviously you come from a bigger area than anybody in the Two Rivers would have, but there's a lot of, like, even the what Tam, didn't even realize that she was Aes Sedai until someone said something, right?
Yeah, I think it's that regular
well
association because none of the characters in the books really get that until they've been around them a lot. So.
Yeah, so I mean, you see like a handsome woman that you can't really put an age to, right? She ages really well.
Okay, so carry on.
So you don't see any merchant trains in there. You do see quite a few. What's your horse sense like? Do you have a good eye for horse flesh?
Probably decent between my handle animal and my job as a hunts master.
Okay, yeah. So when you go in there, you do see some very noticeable war horses. There's about 10 of them there. You see 3, not war horse, but very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Very well-kept mounts.
Okay.
And then there are some, others in there that are
just workhorses.
Yeah, befit, a lord and a couple workhorses, draft horses, and things like that. Yeah. But those ones stand out to you the most.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything else in here?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You notice that there isn't a stable hand or a stable master in here right now, though.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll go back to the house and find a servant and ask when the dinner with my lord is supposed to finish up.
Okay. So yeah, when you say that, there's kind of a blank look, and then the realization, and she apologizes that no one came to get you before, but your lord is hours gone.
What?
Now they're going to send servant protective services after me for not caring for you well enough.
But yeah, she'll usher you to the front gate.
Okay.
She does make some idle conversation about that the dinner was cut rather short. Is that he should be careful. Your lord should be careful not to offend Lady Sari, because she does have a temper.
And I'll say I'll pass along the message, but my lord is young and brash, and sometimes his tongue runs away with him.
As do all lords. But we know better. We working class, we few.
Yes, we do. And I'll give them the secret wink and handshake for the
It
revolution.
is the wrong handshake.
Gives you a hammer, you give him a sickle. Trade-off.
All right.
Yeah.
So you could find your way back to the inn if you'd like to. Did you return to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I get there, I'll check in with these guys or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so they're there. Obviously, Falk isn't there yet.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'll say when I come in. I'm like, where's Falk?
He was with you.
He's supposed to be
Oh, he
with you,
left, I
wasn't he?
guess. I think.
What did you guys get up to? Why were you separated?
It's a long story.
The city's dangerous out there. You two shouldn't have been apart.
But suffice it to say, the information we need will require a frontal assault.
Choga, ready your horse.
I charge.
I'll relay the information and I'll smooth over, excuse me, any of the things that I realized were foolish in the walk from there to the inn that I said or did. And I'll just pretty much say she had it kind of out for me when I got there.
She must not like men very much.
Yeah, I'm going to figure one of my eyebrows just kind of starts raising throughout the story. Because I don't think I knew any of this beforehand. I think I gave you free reign.
Yeah.
Last you heard, I believe they were just going to go take a look at the place. And then
Sounds like you did a
now
lot
he's
more than look,
infiltrated.
Rafe.
Not much more. She didn't even let me finish my meal.
Anything else?
So when does he get back?
So you'll arrive about an hour and a half after after Rafe did. It's a fairly large grounds that you were on. So and then it takes a little bit to get back to the inn.
When I get back, the first thing I'm going to say is, Rafe, what did you say to her to make her so mad that she kicked you out of the palace?
I just didn't count on it being a Kyrian lady. I'm not well versed in the game of houses.
Well, I was sent with a warning that you should watch what you say to a lady.
You should have kept him out of trouble.
I was walking the
You know
grounds
how
where
he is. I'm surprised the both of you didn't end up in the spy in the world again.
Well, were you able to learn anything, either of you?
I got to walk the grounds and get a lay of the manor, how it's laid out.
Just a rough layout, yeah.
Couldn't
Meaning
find
that-
any merchant wares or anything in the stables, although it seems like they have more war horses than a small group of ladies would have, and they are definitely some sort of nobility from the kind of horses and gear that they have that I could see.
Okay. Well, do we know what sort of goods she trades, or is that part of what we're trying to find out?
That would be part of what you're trying to find out.
Well, why don't we just go watch the place and see if she leaves?
We watched
That's what
it for
they were
6
supposed
hours.
to
Yeah,
be doing.
there was some question
That's what you...
that Nadira had
Suppose
left
we
you guys
did.
with of whether or not she is a merchant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm going to take
Did
that.
you at least get the look at her so you know you can describe her to us?
No, she's Terran, but we already knew that, I think.
Well, is a nighttime incursion out of the question?
Not at all. Gonna get that coin back.
How many war horses?
I think I saw 10.
10.
And how many guards?
They had seen between 8 and 10. They couldn't quite be sure if a couple of those
Was that
were
guards
the
and
same
serving
people. So there's 8 serving and, again, between 8 and 10, but you can figure with the amount of horses, it's on the 10 side.
Well, that's no problem at all.
Yeah, I mean, we watched for 6 hours, and
And then
what I would think was the peak trading time, and there was
And no one left?
no one.
No one came, no one left.
I thought a bunch of them left. They just failed at their spot checks to determine which one it was.
Well,
I thought they
one's the
wandered
same as
around
the
the...
other.
You guys saw them.
Because surely we would have followed. Oh, you were saying
See.
we couldn't determine their nationality.
Yeah,
at a
which one was the
distance.
Terran?
Yeah.
But I thought that was because they never actually left the grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't leave the grounds, as you had just seen them moving about.
Okay. I actually sort of tried not to listen to everything
Same.
that way. And so what happens when we go busting in there like a bunch of hooligans? We what? Cut down a bunch of innocent guards, put them all to the question like white cloaks?
Okay, well, first of all, if they attack me, how innocent can they be? Because it's
No friend of the light would
No.
attack Cho'Gath. They got
No,
a White
that-
Foot prestige class.
Adina makes a good point. We have no cause to be hurting, men who just try to make a living.
Yeah.
So we don't hurt them. We just
Yeah, so I mean, unless we can be really sneaky about it, then we probably shouldn't attack the place.
just fear that you might have put the task at hand in jeopardy.
I don't think so.
Nah, it's probably fine.
It's already forgotten. At least I've already forgotten.
Anything, if they know
So-
Rafe's involved, they'll not be worried at all.
Did I give you guys the information? You guys know that Jacob Carradine is in town and that he has a meeting with the king, right?
Yeah.
But that wasn't our task. That'd be like side stuff, I guess.
Well, what time is it now?
So right now it would be
Probably around like after supper or something.
yeah, it's a little bit after supper.
What is it? Is it winter time?
It's kind of that. It's after winter.
So it's
Yeah.
it's probably dark.
What's that one called?
Spring.
well,
Or it's not quite spring
It's
yet.
not quite. Yeah, it's not quite there yet because the
Look at this
dark
outside.
one's touch there. But you guys do notice a change in the weather that you didn't quite.
It had a wall, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you notice if there was how many gates there were?
There was only one gate when I walked the grounds, and that was the main entrance.
So that's the only way to get in there?
Without going over the wall. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Um,
Well, I could take a shift overnight watching the place.
Yeah. You two are definitely off of watching duties now.
Well, I'm still got to make my soup kitchen rounds every day. At least keep up appearances that way.
I should put both of you watching that white cloak.
Do you? So you're going to take a shift watching Cho'Gath?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll take the daytime.
Okay. So, about how far away do you want to set up?
Yeah, so what's surrounding it that I could... Are there any shops or businesses or homes or boarding houses?
So, Rafe and Falk had used the guise of setting up soup kitchens to move around freely in the area.
Yeah.
And even here, even though it's more well kept, even now there's still refugees
Okay.
that are crowding in almost every part of the city.
Okay.
So, if you'd like to, you can actually get fairly close with that being an excuse, just helping them.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, and I'll wear that leather poncho thing that I had over my armor,
Okay.
so I'm not so noticeable.
So, even now at night or late evening, nighttime, you see the same thing, that the gates do not appear to be guarded, as they had made mention of that before, is that they're not guarded. You don't see a whole lot of activity. There's no one like coming and going. Well, how long do you want to watch for?
Till dawn.
Okay, so we'll say there's 10 hours here for you. In the 6th hour, there's not a whole lot of activity leading up to this, either moving around inside or no one's coming and going. But roll a spot.
I'm in a dark one's luck at 19, or sorry, 16.
Okay. So with that, you see someone kind of slinking along the wall towards that entrance, as they're not. They're doing their best to not be super noticeable, as you would have even missed them if it hadn't have been for your keen eye.
Okay. So what do I see about this individual?
So they go in or they go up to the gate that's still open and unguarded. They actually go into it. They actually go into the grounds. You don't hear any type of alarm, but you do hear some voices. As the night's pretty still right now.
Yeah.
Roll a. Well, how far away are you?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, that's right. So you could get set up about 30 feet away
Okay.
from that, as that'd be essentially across a huge thoroughfare.
Right.
Right.
Across the street.
Yeah. So go ahead and do a listen, unless you want to get closer.
I do. Once he gets in the gate, I want to get up against the wall by the gate.
Okay. Do a move silently.
Okay.
And give yourself a +2 to that as well.
That's 18.
Okay. So when you get up there, it doesn't appear as if anybody has heard you.
Okay.
It's very easy to stay out of sight, though,
Right.
because there's only one entrance and it's a solid wall. So, so do a listen and add a. Just go ahead and do a listen.
24.
Okay. So you very easily overhear a man speaking with another man, and what he is saying is that Boris requests or demands that Sari meet him at the Garden of the Silver Breezes in 3 days' time.
Okay.
He gives a time of 7.
Right.
Right. With that, he kind of turns on his heels, and you can hear the crunching of boots coming closer to the gate.
Okay. Well, I'll just get back on the road and walk nonchalantly as if I'm just out for a stroll
Okay. So,
and head back to the inn.
yeah, you hear the boots with the crunch of gravel, and then on the cobblestone street, and they come out and head in the opposite direction from you.
Okay.
Is keeping a pretty even pace.
Well, maybe I'll turn around and follow him.
Okay. So we'll have you do a a hide and move silently.
Okay. Nice. 23 hide.
Okay.
22 move silently. I kind of want to be pretty far back, though.
Sorry, the image in my head of this picture of him being pressed up against the wall,
With this,
and then he's in a leather poncho,
yeah, with a shield.
and then he just starts whistling as he's walking down the street, trying to act nonchalantly. And then the guy comes walking out, and he immediately turns around and hides in his shadow.
Well, it's night out. It's dark. The city doesn't have the budget for streetlights, so.
Okay, so you follow this messenger, and he doesn't seem to notice you. We'll have you do 2 more move silently and hide.
All right, give me my surroundings.
So you're
The
moving.
street's empty. Is there a lot of people?
Yeah, as you go on, it doesn't become crowded, but there's a few people moving around, mainly refugees, beggars, or people preying on refugees and
Right.
beggars. He continues in this same district to another house about 20 minutes away.
Okay.
Right? It's pretty easy to identify. I'll have the name for you in a second here.
Well, I just need to know because basically, like obviously the city's not going to be built like a modern city, but I want to follow him really loose, like
Okay.
like just a block away sort of situation. Where I'm almost in danger of losing him if he takes a turn I don't see, that sort of thing.
Okay. So, in addition to your spot and move silently, do listen, or I'm sorry, hide and move silently. Do spot and listens of your own. Then we'll make sure that you can keep him in view.
Okay.
Without losing him in the some of the refugees.
All right, that's a 6 hide and a 24 move silently,
Nice rolls.
and then a 20 moves or spot, and 22 listen.
Okay, do one more of the listen and spot for me as well.
Oh man, 10 listen and 23 spot.
Okay, so you're following him for about 10 minutes, and you do lose him in a group of refugees that's been pushed out of the alley that they were sleeping in between a couple large buildings. You do end up seeing him a couple minutes later, though, cutting around a corner about a block and a half ahead now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move a bit quicker to
Yeah.
catch up? Okay. So when you get up there, do you want to do it quietly or?
Well, I mean, with all the refugees and whatever, I think I actually draw more attention trying to walk quietly down the middle of the street.
Okay.
But I do want to sort of blend in as much as I can.
Okay.
So hide.
Yeah, we'll take your hide then.
21.
Nice. So when you come up to this area, you do see he's looking back behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes right by you though,
Okay.
with his glance, as he's either a feeling or possibly it's seen something that caught his eye, but he stays there for a moment and he's just pushed up against a wall in some of the shadow there, and he's just waiting, and then you see where he continues on.
Yeah.
Now, the building that the grounds that he goes into, out front, there are a total of 4 guards who are dressed in the very familiar garb of white cloaks.
Uh-huh. Attack.
Do you?
That answers that. Well, as soon as I see that, I've got all of my questions answered.
Okay. As when you did your gather information last time, you guys had heard that the White Cloaks had a small headquarters here, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you could assume that this is
Right.
their headquarters.
Yeah. Yeah, once I see them, I'll just go back to the inn.
Okay.
Got all the information I need.
Okay. Yes. So Cho'Gath, you have returned to the inn, bursting full of knowledge.
Exactly.
Would you like to
I'll go.
release
Is there
yourself?
anybody in the common room? It's done. Right. What time is it?
So that was 6 hours in.
Thought you were just going to tell everyone in the common room.
Hey, guess what, guys? You still have a couple hours before dawn.
Okay. And these guys are all in bed?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll get some sleep then. But first, I'll knock on Adina's door.
Are you asleep as well?
Probably. I mean, like how early is it?
It's about 3 hours till dawn when he gets back.
I might actually be kind of waking up or going about morning routine. Yeah, sure. Low.
Low? 1.
Okay. Yeah, I'm awake.
So I'll just pop in and say all the things.
Okay.
And so somebody named Boris said that Lady Sina,
Sari.
Sari, is to meet somebody at the Garden of Silver Breezes. And I followed this messenger, and he turns out to be a white cloak. They have a house or a manor in the city in a direction from here.
Good
I'm
job.
going to get a couple hours of sleep,
I think you earned it.
and then I'll go to sleep
Okay.
immediately.
So he just closes his eyes in the doorway.
Arms of air.
Get out. Retaliation.
Sorry.
I'll
to-
harden air over Rafe's mouth and nose while he's sleeping.
Clarify
Falk.
that a little bit. So
Drug you down with me. Sorry
Bors
about
is demanding that she.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
So does Adina actually kill right in his
I
sleep?
don't know. How long are you going to sleep for?
Well, so it's time to get up.
Okay. So I don't know. How long can you hold your breath?
that. Not long. I immediately start thrashing. And
Yeah, so if you're going to do it
Screaming if
until
I
he
could.
wakes up, Cho'Gath wakes up. Then,
Yeah, he's like that kid in the pool that freaks out the second you dunk him on.
Yeah.
I never
hold my breath.
I never met that kid. I guess I
Oh,
wasn't the
man.
one dunking him.
I'm
If you never met that kid, you were that
That's
kid.
right.
Like I wasn't that kid because I could never float. I'd just sink. But I wouldn't panic, and it always freaked my mom and dad out because they'd
Sit there.
they'd look around and I'd just be gone. I'd be on the bottom of the pool.
Chris disappeared again. You damn magician kid.
Always drowning.
All right, what's next?
So
Right.
a few hours later, you two will wake up, and you guys have 3 days before that meeting, at least.
Yeah, so I'm in no hurry to get up. I'll just sleep until I wake up.
I guess breakfast I'll in a private room, and I'll have these two there,
Okay.
and I'll inform them what Cho'Gath told me, which is a man named Bors requested an audience in 3 days' time with Lady
Sari?
Siri,
The
like
woman
Siri.
I met.
Sari.
Sari, okay.
S-E-R-I. Sorry, S-E-R-A-I.
All right. At what was it? The Crescent or the
Garden of
At
Silver
the Garden
Breezes.
of the Silver
I
Breezes,
can
which
never
is
frickin'
familiar
remember
to you
it.
guys.
Yeah, at the Garden of the Silver Breezes.
You guys want to
Weren't
listen
we
in on
supposed
this
to go
meeting?
there?
No, I have a favor I can call in from the lady.
How
a,
convenient.
a lady. But I wouldn't want to use it now and bungle the whole operation.
Well, maybe I can be the Lord this time.
Impossible. You'd never pull that off.
What do you mean by that? I think, at the very least,
Your
I won't
shoulders are
insult
always
the
slumped.
lady that
As-
I'm there to meet for
As much
dinner.
as this pains me,
Your
I
neck is
agree
bowed
with
already.
Rafe.
I didn't insult her. Kyrie and I are very touchy.
So you insulted her.
I guess.
That you could insult the Karain by looking at them wrong, always playing that game,
If you're taller than them,
which is everyone.
yeah, then you insult them.
Historically, they used to be a great people until the Aes Sedai gave them a game of houses.
What about the reptile
Ruined them
lords?
totally. Reptile lords?
Yeah.
I haven't heard this conspiracy. Tell me
From
more.
the center of the earth.
Oh, you mean Aes Sedai?
Yeah.
The White Tower reaches there.
So yeah, I'll be like, hey, that's where I got a favor. Maybe I can arrange for us to have a discreet location in which we can eavesdrop upon this meeting.
Good thinking.
Now, Falk, reply about how unethical that would be.
No.
No,
Are you against eavesdropping?
No.
no. Who's against eavesdropping?
We're there to spy. I mean, our entire purpose is to find out more about this lady. So,
Okay. I guess I'll pay a call to the Garden of Silver Breezes.
All right. I'll go and continue our watch of the the palace.
Okay.
And that gives us enough time to get the masterwork lances in your armor.
Yeah, that
Our
gets
masterpiece.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's masterpiece.
The-
Take
Yeah,
Falk with me.
masterpiece.
the watch for the day is pretty uneventful. It's almost the same as what they've been seeing, just mainly servants and guards moving about. You occasionally glimpse the ladies of the manor.
Any other oddities?
You do not feel anybody doing that.
Do I, if I glimpse any of the ladies, do I recognize?
Yes, you do. You know right away.
Was she wearing
Hey,
a great?
wait a minute. Your eyes today.
But I only just started slow aging.
No, you recognize them.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't recognize you. Then they're like, wait a minute, you too.
It's like looking in the mirror. I think I might not stick around once I recognize that, just in
Okay.
case. I don't like the idea of that. But
That's what I was going to do. You do not recognize any of them.
okay, but I do recognize Asia's face.
Yes, very, very plain. Stands out like a sore tooth. Thumb?
Yeah. Thumb,
Either one.
foot,
Mouth.
tail.
So, yeah, you recognize all three of them have the ageless face.
Yeah, I'll return. I don't want to stick around in case any of them. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to risk it.
And then, so you and Falk were going to go to the Garden of the Silver Breezes, correct?
Yeah, I'll see if Falk wants to go anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll need to stop by the soup kitchens on our way, though. Make sure they're set up and taken care of.
I'll apologize for saying you didn't have the bearing of a lord. I think
don't
you
want
could
to
be
be a
very
lord.
lordly.
I have no
He was
desire
just
to be
trying
a
to
lord.
protect you in front of Adina. She doesn't think you can. Right? That's how he plays it off.
All the
But you-
time, I'm trying to tell her that you got this lordly manner, and she just keeps, no, he's a bumpkin.
Look at his
Bull-headed.
sloped neck, already ready to bow. No one would ever believe it.
You're a diamond in the rough. I see it. The trick is not understanding that you've been given a greater station than other men, but understanding that the Creator made you better than others. That's your first lesson for the day, and then I'll go on with other likely
This is
false
what you
lessons.
get for letting him play Lord one time.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll just shake my head and
Okay.
follow behind, listening to him bluster on.
And then next time, if you take these lessons to heart, you act as I've instructed in front of Adina. That one ogier eyebrow of hers is going to crawl right off her head.
Somewhere,
Right.
my eyebrow's starting to raise.
Someone just insulted you.
I'm actually going to come to her defense at that. Because that does kind of break that moral code. I'm like, hey,
Never insulted
she's always done fair by me,
No.
and she's a good woman.
I'll just say that
You ought not
eyebrow
speak
of
bad
hers
about
won't
her.
fly off her head like it normally does. She'll respect you for the diamond that I see.
Women
under the
appreciate a
rough.
firm, lordly
Right.
hand.
Okay, so it's pretty easy to find the Garden of the Silver Breezes. It's a pretty well-known wine shop.
Okay.
When you get there, excuse me, when you get there, there's a large, well-dressed man stops you at the door. He looks you over carefully. Behind him, a woman with dark hair in many narrow braids nods graciously and gestures the man aside. "Welcome to the Garden of the Silver Breezes," she says. "I am Cylindrin, the proprietor. May I show you to a table?"
Yes, please. I think this was the woman I was to contact, if I remember right.
That's
So
the one
I'll tell her how I heard from her place from afar, and perhaps you know our mutual acquaintance, such and such. I always lose the papers. I write my notes down.
Elbrith Hadar.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, first she is nodding her head in agreement to what you're saying. Is you recognize that this is no like ordinary wine shop, it's super fancy, expensive. But when you mention Hadar, she pulls up short and asks where he was the last time you saw him. Rushes on as well, saying that it's been so long with no word from him. Is he okay?
He's a bit of an unremarkable fellow. I don't remember him too well.
Some farm-adding, right? Where we last?
Is that where we saw him?
I believe that's where we last.
You guys had taken him.
He had escaped out of a trap door in his wagon,
Oh,
set off
gotcha.
a bunch of fireworks, and that's the last we saw of him.
That was in Murundi, I think, right?
Yeah, that was on the way to Lugard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll say well on his way to Lugard,
Thief taker's hot on his tail.
right?
You do see that there's some genuine worry in her eye, as she says that he was a fool to think that he could run from the Illuminators that long.
Well, last I saw him, he was still fooling them.
Well, the light keep that man safe, and ushers you on to the table. Now, you guys do have a choice here. So they have a main room, which is pretty open. They also have a more private upstairs option, which has walls that are about 5 feet high in between the tables.
Well, I think we'll go someplace for private discussion.
Okay.
Falk and I have to... Somebody's got to be the masterminds of this operation.
I don't think either one of us really has that qualifications, but
Who?
either you or I.
Both of us.
I don't think so. Our
I'm
last
the
plan
master
did not
and
go
you're
out.
my apprentice.
Our last plan didn't go so well.
It's not our fault nothing important happened during our watch.
Okay, so you guys want to take the more private option?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you go upstairs, the interior is divided by low walls of ornately carved polished wood, creating separate areas for the well-spaced tables. The far wall is open to a lantern-lit courtyard. Below, the floors are tiled in green and gold with brass fretwork on the ceilings and the small gleaming lamps on each table. A fountain bubbles in the center of the courtyard while musicians play quietly in the corner. Very upscale.
Okay, well, I'll order wine for myself. Something flavored with berries and the weakest tea for Falk.
Okay. So
you a
you actually have
teetotaler?
quite a few choices on the wine. It is spendy, though.
We're made of money.
200 marks a glass.
I'll take it. Give me the whole bottle.
Give me a bucket.
Give me a bucket.
Sir, we don't serve buckets here.
Make it a gilded bucket.
Give me a box.
A box.
Surely you jest. One wouldn't drink wine from cornered finery.
So it is 10 marks a glass.
Okay, yeah. I won't really
Negotiate
order.
him down. Haggle with them.
So
2.
she does ask, while her serving woman takes your orders, is what brings you to the Silver Breezes today? Is there anything that I can help you with?
Yes. It might be inappropriate, but you see, my cousin is visiting from out of town, and
I'm no longer in that line of work. I'm sorry.
what are you talking about, my lady?
The mention of Hadar, it was all so long ago.
Yeah, a distant cousin is in from out of town, a Kyrie Innan woman, and she will be here in like 3 days. What time was it?
So it would be 3 days at 7 evening.
And I'm preparing a surprise for her, and I was wondering if it'd be possible to arrange some seating to where we could overhear who she's meeting with, what they're talking about.
As, that would be all well and good, my lord. Unfortunately, I don't have any arrangements for anyone like that at that time. It could be, though, as many people use this establishment without any type of reservations or appointments.
That's what it is then. I was given the time, the date and time. So.
Okay, I did horrible in my role, so I'm going to lean over and say in your ear, I thought we were here to follow a dark friend, white cloak, and a merchant. Probably loud enough for her to hear.
She, in kind of a hiss, says not to mention any of those things here, except for the merchant.
Don't mind him.
'Cause, I don't need a dragon's fang scrawled on my door.
He used to be a mill channeler. He's still got a touch of the madness.
Don't worry, they're gentle.
You'll get chased out of here with a broom if you're not careful, guys.
Well, yeah, I guess. Oh, anyhow. So what was?
Well,
her
she
answer?
does say that she doesn't want you talking like that in here.
Oh, in that case, yeah, don't mind him. He suffered an accident and had Merc where I saved him, but it never left him totally right. He takes to the children's stories, you know.
Just keep him quiet with all that talk.
All right.
This is a fine
quiet down now.
establishment.
Going to be staring at you like, why aren't we just talking to her?
Yeah, so she says that she's more than happy to accommodate you guys, you and your companion, in 3 days at 7, though.
Okay, I would appreciate that greatly, and I'll give her a large tip. So yeah, I'll give her a small little pouch, 10 gold crowns.
She graciously accepts that and asks if there's anything else that she might assist you with.
No, thank you. You've been most gracious so far.
As she bids you farewell and says that she looks forward to your return in 3 days.
So how do you think we should run this, Falk?
Well, what do we plan on doing when we do come here with them?
Eavesdropping.
And I say send the people with the best ears.
That's me, followed closely by you.
Yeah. So we sit close and we listen.
All right. See? You got a knack for this.
So why didn't we just tell her what's really going on? She seemed like she was friends after the whole...
Well, we don't know for certain. It's a very treacherous town.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to make any type of plans as far as the room itself?
I just don't. I mean, I guess it's kind of on the fly, so it's up to the proprietor in where they sit, and then where we'll be located. So I don't know what kind of advanced planning we can do.
Should we bring Adina,
Other than what's up?
Should we bring Adina and Cho'Gath with us when we come back?
Yeah, it's not for 3 days, right?
Yeah, it's actually the prudent thing to do would to be for me to not be there since I offended this lady. Though.
The masks, the whole place.
Oh, the whole
uses
place is masks?
So you
Okay.
need to go buy your masks.
Yeah.
Right? That's this place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask her if we can get 2 booths. One for,
Everybody?
say, you and Adina, and one for, like, me and Cho'Gath. And increase our chances of overhearing.
Okay.
I have, like, vague deja vu of this moment from a previous telling of this tale where we had convinced the game master that we could read lips.
I thought
If
it used
we
to be a skill.
It is in D&D.
I think it's
Yeah,
under
it's on
innuendo.
Here. It's on here. Read
Oh,
lips.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody must have had it.
Oh, wow.
It could have been, I think, one of mine or John's Wanderers.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it a little bit. I read it all wrong, but I
That's
do
the
have
best
one rank
type.
in it.
What is it? Can't be used untrained.
I guess Falk and I will bring what we've learned and get Adina and Cho'Gath's input.
All right. I'll inform Cho'Gath that The three are Aes Sedai,
Oh,
or at least channelers that have worked with the power for a long time. I'll tell these two that they're definitely never to go back there, but I won't tell them that it was Aes Sedai. And I think we were supposed to report in a couple days to Sheena.
Yes, Nadira.
Oh yeah,
Slash-
that's what
or-
she's
yeah.
going under.
Yes, though.
Now that we're totally off the trail of the person we're supposed to be looking at.
We're not though, because she's linked to it.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
well, not that you know it, but
Right.
3 ageless-faced women just don't happen to.
Well, I think you guys are all as
So-
upset as I am that she took the coin and was very rude, and that we're all trying to get it back.
I try not to talk to you most of the time in these 3 days.
So, did you want to talk to her before or after the 3-day has ended? 'Cause at this point, looking at the information, you can tell her that there are 3 Aes Sedai there. She knows of one.
Okay, I want to
Right.
play into that.
You still don't have any idea what the business is,
Yeah.
or any of the other
Well, I
stuff.
figured she just wanted an update,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's what me and Shogoth will be going there to do,
Okay.
is give her an update, which is that there are 3 Aes Sedai, but I'm going to figure she already probably knows that. In what day is it? Like how many days out till the meeting?
So you can meet up with her the next day, so
2
it'll be
days.
2 days.
That in 2 days at 7, one of those Aes Sedai are going to be meeting with a man named Bors at the
Silver Breezes.
Silver
yeah.
Breezes.
yeah. Well,
and
and
that
Boars
he's
is a
collected
white
2
cloak.
the white
Yeah.
cloaks.
Yeah. And we know that one of the white cloaks there, a man by, was it Jacob
Yeah,
Carey?
Jacob. Yeah.
Is a dark friend witnessed with mine and Shogoth's own eyes, consulting and taking orders from a Mydrall.
Yeah, so that information there, and she had maintained her cool mask of
Serenity.
features, or no features, sorry. Serenity, there you
Serenity now.
go. Yeah.
Insanity later.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so yeah,
Firefly forever.
her cool, calm, serene face shatters. You've broken her.
Is it like that
Bleeding everywhere.
one episode of Star Trek where the parasite queen explodes out of her upper torso?
Yeah. That's exactly like
I
that.
wasn't picturing that, but now I am.
Well,
So
there we
yes.
are, yeah.
But
Things have
yeah,
just gotten weird.
the mask falls away, and she's.
I'll pick
You
it
can
up
tell
for
that
her.
she's
Here you go, my lady.
back
That's
a
not
little
my
bit by
serene
that.
mask.
Who's
We already did this joke.
Yeah, we already did this
Who's
joke.
serene mask? Who's serene mask? But yeah, she asks you, are you sure that that this white Jacob Carradine is a dark friend?
Positive he was taking direct orders from a Mythril.
Yeah.
Cho'Gath definitely saw it and understood what it was.
So, are you guys familiar with who he is, like your actual characters?
We saw him giving orders to the White Cloaks, but we don't think we actually know his station.
Okay, so yeah, she is going to let you in on that. He's the second in command for the questioners, right? Let me double check it.
Yeah, I think it's second. No, he might have been first in command of the questioner. Now that I think about it.
Guess we'll work on our soup kitchen empire.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
while we're
poison
there, I'm
his
going
soup.
to start telling the children some of our grand tales, which, of course, kind of culminate in Dark Friend White Cloaks, The Dragon Reborn, and
You're going to get us chased out of
The
town.
Horn of Villiers.
yeah. Well,
You know, we can't sell and buy horses in this timeline, but we could buy and sell refugees.
Yeah. Trollocs got to eat.
My
I
thought,
wasn't. No, across the spine.
No, I mean
across the
never-
waist.
Yeah,
Come on,
just
Shogun.
showing. Yeah, that's what I meant.
My thought was finding skilled laborers and setting up a
We already got those
workshop.
2 blacksmiths.
Yeah,
Well, like I was looking up, and I guess Tanchico is known for their tapestries and
Yeah.
their rugs.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so if we can find
Aren't
some
they
out of
also-
work,
Well, where was the dyes? Was it here?
it's
too?
here too. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what Nynaeve and Elaine uses cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
But no, I'll start kind of spreading rumors that the head of the White Cloaks is a dark friend, and he's meeting with the.
So Jacob Carradine
hope
is
That you would put a stop to that.
It depends on how heroic we all sound in those stories, and myself.
and it'll be kind of like
Roll a
a,
performance.
kind of like a haphazard at the end, and that White Cloak from before is actually supposed to be meeting.
Roll a performance to see if he stops you.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. It's actually pretty
telling
good.
a good story.
Yeah, I am telling it as if Rafe is a some sort of hero out of legend.
Yeah, because technically you haven't actually have any proof I've done anything ever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're just your protectors.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I don't know that we know the White Cloak Dark Friend connection. You and I,
I thought we told you.
did you?
Yeah, well, that he was meeting on Mydril.
We know
Yeah, we
now
told that
that
story.
these women are meeting a White Cloak, but I don't know if you and I know it's the same.
Yeah.
White
We
Cloak.
don't.
No, we don't know that part,
Yeah,
but I
You're
do
telling
know.
when we saw the White Cloak.
Yeah, I can tell the story of us seeing a White Cloak meeting with the Shadow Spawn and
Yeah,
how
I'll allow it as we sound quite heroic.
how we sought vengeance for the town that they were assaulting, and then
You're so good at telling it, you might actually be able to get away doing it, as everyone would think it's essentially a performance.
yeah,
So the adults think you're lying out your teeth. The kids are fascinated.
yeah.
Their minds off their hunger and the rickets that are crippling them.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Just performing for the kids as we feed them, but yeah, at the end, I will say something along the lines of, and that very White Cloak that we saw is meeting with the.
We don't know that.
I thought we did know that he
No,
was
we don't,
meeting.
'cause
you
it's
don't
the
know
name
it's
Boars.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
As,
No, not the Aes Sedai, but meeting.
Oh, with the king.
Yeah, with the king.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of setting the field for the riots
of Dark.
the riots that happen.
Which
in,
Tom and Julian do.
I know, but
Nope, it was
just
fall.
beginning to set the stage.
No, it was fun. Just like
One amazing performance.
I'm just reinforcing their.
Soup kitchens and Tanchico.
Yeah,
Watch it be where your rioters fight Tom's rioters, and the riots actually don't go all the way they're supposed to.
yeah. Then I'll have to be balefired out of existence so that the books can actually happen.
No, we'll just balefire the
Well, we're
rioters.
already in another turning
Yeah,
of the world, the wheel.
Yeah, we got to be in some mirror world.
That'll be the thing is at the end of this one, we'll have to have all of our characters from every other telling go through waystones and meet each other.
Oh, dude. I think I have enough wilders where I could form almost a full circle.
Yeah.
I just have a town's guardsman who won't like
It's all right, man.
the next telling of himself. You're a buffoon.
Fled after a couple killings.
No. Yeah, that's what Rafe would say. But
So she lets you know that he is an inquisitor of the Hand of the Light.
not the High Inquisitor.
Yeah, I thought he was still back at the Dome of Truth.
Yeah, his
or
name
whatever
was
it's called.
Asunawa or something
Yeah,
like that.
because he's the top one, and he arranges for the death of what's his name.
Pedro Nile.
Yeah, there we go. Oh man, you gotta really like how that all went down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
traitor!
I think I've said this before, but last time I read through that series, it was remarkable to me how all of the machinations of the Children of the Light came to absolutely nothing. Like they absolutely never accomplished anything,
Yeah.
and then they just got wiped out pretty much.
See, I kind of wonder if that was part of like the Dark One's plan, right? Is to you have this group who's supposed to be so beyond good in the light
Right.
that they actually hamper, right? Because everybody to them is working for him,
Right.
right?
Maybe it's like a bit
That's a
of
brilliant
of
plan.
foreshadowing to Rand's original idea to kill the Dark One.
Yeah.
Because you know how he sees the world at that point, where it's too
Yeah.
ordered, too good, and it's its own sort of tyranny. So they're kind of like a reflection of that in a way.
No, that's yeah.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Also,
Oh yeah. Warning: this entire thing will contain spoilers.
also, it'd be kind of cool if they had been able to keep going, because there's a chance they would have Shadar Logoth out eventually,
Yeah.
because they were just
Well, he was there with them for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just even probably without him there, just the way that they were so bent on
Yeah.
weeding out the shadow, they probably would have eventually, I don't know, whatever the heck that breaking point is, where you
Yeah.
just become so toxic you wipe yourselves out.
So she also says that if that's indeed the case, that that Jacob Carradine is a dark friend, then we have to, or I have to know what a Aes Sedai or a sister is doing meeting with him.
We don't. We already went through this a bunch with Justin. We don't know that the Aes Sedai are meeting with him.
Ah, that's
They're
true.
meeting with Bors, the king.
Yeah, let me rephrase that.
We didn't read the prologue of book 2 yet.
Exactly. As, if that's true that a dark friend of that high rank is in Tanchico, then we must also figure out what their agenda is.
Yeah. It's just interesting enough to me anyway that Aes Sedai are going to meet with someone connected to the White Cloaks, dark friend or not.
It's definitely very disturbing. Typically, white cloaks will barely contain themselves with an Aes Sedai close.
Okay.
Please tell me the results of your investigation
Yes, I
once
will.
they've concluded.
Teach me shield. Ah, dang it.
No?
Look, I'll do your dirty work for you, but it's going to cost double.
I can
extorting an
only
Aes
teach
Sedai?
her shield once.
Seriously?
Really?
I don't really say that.
Well, once you know it, you know it.
That's true.
I can't teach her any other way.
Teach her Bellfire.
I don't know
couldn't
Bellfire.
do it.
Teach her compulsion.
Metagame, she already knows compulsion.
I do.
How do you think you've been following her?
Oh, yeah. That's how I got here.
Okay, so any other preparation other than nasty lies and rumors from Falk?
How much money do we make
They're
from
not
the soup
lies.
kitchen?
Negative
That's
400
like,
marks?
yeah, I think you got the
I
wrong
think I put
idea.
in.
Fuck.
What?
Nobody's
I think I put in
paying.
six.
If we're not making any
600
money
marks.
doing it.
Okay, so negative 600 marks. How much did you put in?
No, I knew. I was.
Okay.
I need 3 attempts to learn shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have a couple days with her here.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of her time, and I don't want to come back and forth.
Well, she's supposed to be meeting your training needs as well. So if you would like to spend some time with her, you can to learn the necessary. She says, "Hey, you know what? I just thought you're going to be going to spy
Shield was
on
enough, thank you.
a Aes Sedai. You should probably know how to make it so they don't channel. So here, let me show you this.
Thank you.
Yeah, ding."
We should probably keep a close eye on Dill and make sure he doesn't fall in with any bad elements in this.
Yeah.
So Dill's actually
Have to
been
keep
having
him
a
busy.
wonderful time.
He joined
Well, we
a-
got to ruin that. What's he been doing?
a
He
Sweet
has
16
been
kid gang.
talking with the stable boy, and who's roughly about his age,
Yeah.
and he's been learning all the ins and outs of proper grooming for horses.
Well, I'll have a talk with him about that. Say, look, I'm not going to have you turn Tanchican on me.
Says, but
Just
boss, I thought you wanted me to learn about horses.
Go start a gang like a regular kid.
Got
I
one.
thought that's what we were trying to keep him
Oh,
from
right.
doing.
Yeah. Don't start a gang. It'll be like those kids
Oh man,
in
hey guys, got a
Hostel,
call gang.
Yeah.
running
Bashing in
around with
people's
gumballs,
heads.
bashing people's heads in or whatever. Weird.
Yeah, he's been consumed with learning care for horses, which he never really had a care for before, but
Oh,
now
but he
seems
does.
to really take to it.
Now that he's got his own.
Yeah.
Well, he
As,
can thank me.
he's always either brushing it down or
Racing it at the track.
feeding it and braiding its hair, and it's braiding his, that type of stuff.
When I'm not telling grand tales of our heroic adventures, I'll be working with Dylan, training race horse to not be so skittish in battle.
Okay. Yeah, he's up for that, and also if you have time to train as well.
Nice.
He has been complaining of the smell in the city quite a bit, though,
Yeah.
as like more than what you would think accounts
Oh,
for.
I see what you're
right?
saying. Okay, well,
And differently, which you've heard the descriptions before, talked about only like in rumors,
Yeah.
right? And I guess the one comment in person, it was you and Rafe, right, who talked with Hearn? Yeah. And the one comment in person that you heard from Hearn himself of smelling violence.
yeah, so do you think I've put that together?
I would say that you have.
Okay, well, I will have a talk with him that maybe there's something different about him and just tell him as much as I've heard about that thing. That, he might have a sense of smell that picks up things that most people don't.
Okay.
But also to quit complaining about it because I don't care. All right, get back to work.
You're a soldier now. Suck it up.
Yeah. But then I will talk with Adina about it because it's definitely has to do with either the Dark One or the One Power. So
Arcana, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess after he talks to me about it, I'll call Dill in and delve him, I guess.
Okay.
That was one of the few things that they really didn't hide either, the One Power or the Dark One.
right, yeah, it was
Men's
just
viewing.
I got 18
Yeah.
on the Arcana.
yeah, and the Wolf Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much, I guess, Borderlands history did you study in the tower?
Let's see if I have history. I have history of a 4.
Okay.
Apparently, I was too busy watching Warders. Just before I decided to go white.
Were you originally going to be green?
Probably, if I was watching Warders all the damn
Yeah.
time. Or training. Where are they in training? Just trainees?
Yeah.
Didn't they have a prestige class for Sniffer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there.
Thief Taker.
Oh, the thief
Thief
taker.
taker.
Okay.
Thief takers.
It's
The sniffers are feats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's latent
Ah.
sniffer. Then
Okay.
sniffer.
Because there are thief takers that are not sniffers. I'll be in a really good mood though after the soup kitchen thing.
Even though you lost a bunch of money on it.
Well, I realized the good we're doing, but I don't put the association with why it makes me feel good together.
But you do get to see yourself as Falk sees you.
Right. This is how Falk feels when he's around me. It's like that one time when we helped that guy with his cart. I don't know, I just felt really good afterwards.
Did you do anything at that time
I think so.
to help?
I thought about doing something.
And it's the thought that counts.
So yeah, even though during the first half of this, Cho'Gath did everything, and in the second half, Dill has done almost everything.
Like we were riding up, and I was like, "Man, I should help that guy with his cart." Then Cho'Gath has it done, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
I've done my share here and there.
Not
It's
just
just
that
that you
you're
guys
supposed to
don't
know
know it.
about it.
So what did you want to know, I guess?
Well, I was just looking to see if what Cho'Gath hunch was actually paying off. So if he's a sniffer, if there's any, like maybe I can ask some questions and maybe see.
So you have read a little bit about this in the tower.
Okay.
As it doesn't seem to be a thing of the power. It just is something that happens kind of randomly and pretty rarely. But from what you were able to gather from that book, as the person with this ability is able to smell acts of violence, as the worse they are, the stronger the smell. But it didn't really go into a lot of other information.
Well, if that's the case, then like some of us should be kind of reeking from time to time. Has he noticed any? I'll ask him about that. Has he noticed any like those type of smells wafting off of any of us? Or
so he does. He's a little shy to say it, but when you set all the white cloaks on fire, as he said that says that that was it almost made him sick.
oh, the big one.
Yeah.
When I ignited the house. Yeah.
As he
But was it coming from me or was it the downwind?
it was coming from you. As after we had all that was finished, and then after the encounter with in Fall May, Cho'Gath and myself, I smelled horrible. No, but he says that that this town smells worse than those times. As it seems to be worse with all the guards. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them that I see, and some of the bigger groups of refugees. As the smell is really bad around them, and there's even times when I'll just smell it with no one around. It's like it's just stained the area.
Well, I guess I'll try to put him at ease and tell him that Cho'Gath is probably right in his assumption that he's a sniffer, that he can smell evil or acts of violence, and that's probably just what it is. You'll have to get used to it.
He asks, is there any way that I could not be?
No one knows how this or why it happens. It's not linked to the power, and it's not linked to the shadow. That's a good thing.
It's a gift, boy. Now go to bed.
Box your ears.
Okay. Yeah, he's a little upset that he'll have to deal with this unpleasantness, but
Just be thankful you can't smell lies with Rafe around.
because Rafe doesn't smell too bad. He's usually not
As effective in battle.
killing everybody. He probably smells the best out of all of us.
Smells like roses with that one damaged club. Just wait till you get your sneak attacks, though.
Yeah.
If I get them, they're like way late.
Well,
Level 5 or
it even says in here, or has a pretty good description of what types or how strong the smells are with what types of violence they are.
Yeah.
So like fair fights, things like that aren't supposed to smell that bad at all.
And everybody has a fair chance of running away from my one damage.
Exactly. like, yeah, he smells pretty good actually.
So what was it, like 25 or 30 white cloak combo?
Oh yeah, that was 30? I think it was.
Something like that.
He's probably afraid you're going to come out of a mirror at him when he's asleep or something.
Bursting flames everywhere.
Don't blow me up.
White dress stained red with
I'll brush
blood.
my teeth, I promise.
The mad Domani.
Next week, I should have actual. Well, do you have a printer here?
I do.
Could I borrow it for a character sheet? Because I don't know. I thought I had printed out some extras, but I don't know where they're at.
Yeah,
I have a few.
can.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Okay.
Let's say, yeah, because I gotta find my page with him. I had stats all made out for him.
Yeah, you don't get sneak attack till level 5. That's
Okay, so
I think so.
We're almost there.
now that has been handled with Dill,
I guess need to order
Maybe
masks if we're all going to the Silver Breezes.
yeah.
you have spent the last couple days preparing yourselves, except for Cho'Gath, who is gathering all of his equipment.
Well, I'm gonna wear a mask, but I'm not gonna try to I'm gonna try to pretend I'm me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wear Lord clothes or whatever.
I am.
Okay. Yeah, as Adina.
People can just assume I'm a bodyguard or whatever.
Will 10 gold cover a new coat
Yes.
and mask?
10 gold's going to cover more than a coat. That's a little bit over a whole new outfit.
I got too rich too quick. I don't
No,
know what
they
things cost anymore.
the innkeeper shushes you. Shh, he already said 10 gold. Or the tailor, sorry. He's like, no, please, I need that money to feed my family.
I'll backhand the tailor.
Back to his family, he needs 10 gold.
So Rafe returns to the inn shortly before it's time to set out in a magnificent new coat.
I'll say, what's with all the frippery?
I didn't need
You
to
look
get-
like a jacked off fool.
But he's half the cost of a royal outfit, so... so he's
So he
got,
got a royal coat
Yeah,
to go
a
with his
royal-
noble outfit.
yeah.
Anyway,
Adina shows up shortly after in a
Oh, don't you describe
Stunning.
the
no,
damn.
she's wearing some clothes. We get it.
Robert Jordan will be turning in
It's-
his grave
It's pretty easy to find some masks, though.
if you don't describe what I'm wearing, John.
Or you could wear the faces of refugees.
Yes.
Lots
Height of
to be
fashion.
had.
We do have an abundance of refugees in our kitchen that we know of.
Yeah, I bet they'd sell their.
I'll sell you my face for a bowl of soup.
So when did we?
Okay, so we
When did we open
Somehow
the,
gone
laminate
completely off.
configuration?
We're obviously turning to the shadow.
I want to know if we opened the laminate configuration
Yeah.
and became Cenobites at some point.
How much for your face?
Well, the simple fact that you think wearing faces is the height of fashion.
All right, sorry for
All
that.
right, yeah. So back on track here. So are you guys just going to? Is your plan to just be at the Silver Breezes, or did you want to follow Sari, the
No.
party that you know is going?
No, I don't think we should follow. I think we should be there.
Just be there. Okay. So you can definitely arrive earlier than 7. It's not very busy. You're greeted by Selendrin again.
Maybe
And-
Selendrin can have us wait in a separate location and then come seat us after
There
my
has
cousin's
to
been
be
seated.
like some way that they actually allow for eavesdropping and spying in this
Right.
establishment.
Well, you can get the idea if you,
For how many crowns?
if you sweeten the pot. That
thought I
there's a
already
pretty.
Gave you 10 gold crowns. You could buy a nice coat like I got with that.
It was the last visit, though.
A king's coat. I'll give her another 10 gold crowns.
Yeah, she's more than happy to make necessary arrangements to seat them in a place that's perfect for you to overhear.
Yes.
Well, she wouldn't use that wording.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but you get the gist of it.
Yeah. Perfect for audiences of all types.
Yeah.
Are we gonna sit in groups of 2, or are we all
I
gonna
think
sit?
so.
The tables allow for group or 2 people.
Okay.
Well, if one group gets made for whatever reason, I think your idea is good. If that was your
Yeah,
idea.
I'll sit with Adina. You sit with Cho'Gath.
Okay.
So she takes you upstairs and she sits you. you and Cho'Gath, Rafe, over near the east wall, and then she'll sit Adina and Falk in the northern section. And as you wait, you see... So you see who you recognize as Jacob Carradine.
Oh, yeah.
Come inside and up the stairs. There are some guards, not dressed as white cloaks, none of them are, that take up position by the stairway. A short time later, who I believe you all would recognize at this point, since you should have seen her, as Sari, the Lady Sari, come in and sit across from him. Mm-hmm. So you guys have been sat in a spot to listen. We'll have you go ahead and do listen checks to see what you hear. Adina.
12. Oh, wait, 11. Sorry.
Cho'Gath.
14.
Falk.
19.
Rafe.
7.
And Dark One's own luck that.
What is my... No.
Okay. Did you want a Dark One's own luck yours? Okay.
But if I have a view, I can try to read lips as well.
Yeah, go ahead and do that too.
7.
Okay.
They're speaking the old tongue. But they're doing it with an Ogier accent.
Okay, so Falk is the only one that overhears anything of importance. What you hear is the names of the people, as Lady Sari and Bors, and you hear Sari say, "And I will accompany you tomorrow, Bors. Delandrin will no longer trouble, cannot be traced. Your own puny webs, another task, much greater importance." So over the music, the fountain, and other light conversations, those are the bits that you make out.
Okay.
Do you want me to repeat any of that for you?
Yeah, I better write this down. And I'll also, since I'm sitting with Adina, I'll kind of give her the gist.
That's probably why you don't hear everything.
Yeah.
It's like, stop talking. Tell it to me after. Jackdaw fool.
So she's going with him tomorrow.
So she says, "And I will accompany you tomorrow, Bors."
And you're a loud talker when you relay it.
And then another snippet is Delandrin. It's Deladrin. So Deladrin. Yeah.
Delandrin.
Will no longer trouble.
Okay.
Another one is cannot be traced. The next is your own puny webs. And then another task. And finally, much greater importance.
Okay.
Delandrin, that was the king.
Do your nobility in history.
13.
You would recognize the name Delandrid as the current panarch.
That's a woman, right?
Mm-hmm. You can also, all of you can make sense motive checks. Adina.
29.
Cho'Gath.
17.
Falk.
18.
And Rafe.
22.
Okay. So all of you can tell that Bors and this woman clearly dislike each other.
Should we just kill them here?
You know, shout that across the...
Kill them now?
Hey guys, do you want to kill him now?
You know, as I'm saying things, should we just kill them now, Adina?
What? No.
We're dark friends.
Everybody do one more listen check. Adina.
16.
And Cho'Gath.
19.
Falk.
22.
And Rafe.
3.
Okay. So Cho'Gath and Falk, towards the end of the conversation, you hear "fool," and then she says, "Better plan." And then she says, "Tame the false dragon in Seldea." And then "Send it." And lastly, "Our leash."
Okay.
You can tell that Jacob Carradine is not happy about whatever she's talking about.
I'll glance across the room at Cho'Gath and kind of make the charging motion.
Falk, stop it. No one else here knows that they are dark friends. We will look like assassins. Don't be wool-headed. Calm down.
Yeah.
Being this close to them makes my skin itch.
Good.
So their conversation wraps up shortly after, and unless you guys want to do anything, they'll take their leave.
What I want to do and what I will do are different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll heed Adina's advice and not assassinate someone in the middle of a tea shop.
It would hardly be an assassination. It'd be a massacre. A slaughter.
I'll kill
Yeah.
everybody in this place. I don't care.
Oh. No, won't do that. You already have your suspicions.
So are you guys going to wait there a little bit before you go?
Well, as soon as they're gone, just get up and go join these guys.
Okay.
See if they heard anything I didn't hear.
I wish I had more innuendo. No. Yeah.
Well, you can see outside, right?
Well, you could
In
try
this
it.
place?
Yeah, it does
I
have
might be able to
windows.
catch it.
Yeah, so it's not like the
Or is
second
it
that they get up,
no
I'm going
rings?
to go.
Yeah.
But when they leave the place,
I'm like, why are they leaving? They didn't say anything.
So
They just sat there and stared at each other.
That was the oddest meeting I've ever
I'll have you
watched.
guys do one last listen here.
Great.
Dina
13.
and Cho'Gath,
19.
Falk.
21.
Oh, sorry. I got my own stuff confused.
We really do need to flip
7.
shares, don't we?
Okay. So, Cho'Gath and Falk, again, you guys overhear someone nearby had recognized Jacob Carradine, and they're talking to their companion there about how they heard that he has a meeting with the Panarch tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to look at them and say, duh.
Weren't you listening?
The Panarch. They already had a meeting with the king.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll compare notes.
Wait, and then you know that the Panarchs was the one they were talking about during part of their conversation, right?
I won't know until you tell me
Okay,
the conversation.
Yeah, so if you guys want to relay
But
all
I
the
know
information.
that person is the Panarch.
Okay. Yeah.
And that she goes on to be Julian Sandar's main squeeze later on in the story.
At least another turning of the wheel.
I know a lot. My education was extensive.
It's,
Just read the book.
she has not become Panarch yet.
Oh, she hasn't?
She's next in line.
Next in line?
Yeah, what he means is that the next Panarch is Julian Sanders' main
Oh,
squeeze.
yeah. This is the previous one.
Well,
Let's see.
well, we probably shouldn't talk out in the open. Who knows who might be listening to our conversation in a place like this?
We see a table of 4 other bumbling adventurers split 2 and 2.
Leaning
And then-
slightly our direction.
One of them's got like a making the horse charge. Should we do that now?
And then another group a little bit further on is listening to them, and the other one just says it. Hey, should we kill him now?
Turtles all the way down.
Are these all our other characters?
Yeah, these are all the other turnings of the wheel. This is a weak spot.
Uh-oh. Thinny. Wait a minute. Now we're crossing book genres.
Well, the Wheel of Time would be in the Dark Tower.
So at some level.
Probably.
Yeah.
Some level.
Let's continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys, did you want to return back to your inn then?
Yeah.
Okay. You do so unharmed.
Okay.
That's good.
I applaud you for not doing the one thing they wanted you to do.
Which
Which
was
was charge?
attack them.
Yeah, it was, well, the players will probably just try to kill them right now. And if that happens, you're in for a world of crap. So, congratulations.
Well, I
See?
forgot to mention that I brought my horse and I was on it the whole time,
Yeah.
so that I could
you
make
both
my
were.
charge.
Was it
yeah,
spinning?
yeah, and it was
And it was
spinning, so
spinning?
we get
No,
defense
it's not
bonus.
spinning if it has to glitch halfway through the ground, so we can't notice that they're sitting on their horses.
Well,
Gotta glitch that.
the longer you spin
Yeah,
before the charge,
The less it looks like a
the more
spin.
damage you do because of gravity.
it's true.
You're adding
And
gravity.
what? The friction, right?
No,
It's like
just
when you
force-
Yeah, that's
slingshot
it.
around
Like
the
when you
sun to travel
slingshot
back
around.
in time.
around Saturn. Yeah.
Yeah,
So could you bellfire if you spun someone enough?
If
Or
you
charge
spin enough,
Bellfire?
it becomes Bellfire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works for Batman.
That's how Bellfire works.
Yeah, is that how they found it out? As someone's horse went crazy, spun around, and it ran into somebody,
Well,
and then they didn't. Who was that
hey,
person?
Have you ever noticed how there's no rodeos in the Wheel of Time? That's why.
It's true. Okay,
Dangerous.
so what would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to make sense of the words that we got in that because I can't make sense of it.
yes.
Other than I think there might be a plot against Panarch, but that's only because they mentioned her name.
Blatantly mentioned that there's a plot against the Panarch.
So we heard them saying that she was going with him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We also heard that he's meeting the Panarch
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes.
We know that afterwards the Panarch will no longer be a trouble. And then something about not being able to be traced.
That's true.
So that's the first half. And then another task of much greater importance. Fools, better plan, tame false dragon in Saldea, send it our leash.
That's almost a play on words. Tame false dragon. Tame false.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were trying to kill it.
You guys already know that there were reports of a false dragon in Saldea. Now, you also know, though, that as soon as the incident in Falmey happened, apparently the 3 other false dragons were all captured or killed.
Oh. I think that at the very least you and me should go see was it Nadira? Is that what she's going under now?
Yeah, Nadira, the Sheena City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that way
Nadira.
you can kind of make your report to her directly,
Okay.
and we don't have to actually. They're not making their move till tomorrow night. Is there anything that you and Rafe think you should do?
No.
No.
Yeah, I can't think of anything to do in this circumstance.
So we just want to attack
I'll
White
check
Cloak's headquarters.
Mark that. Yeah, might as well just come with us. And so that way, if we reach a decision,
Okay.
we can just move.
Yeah.
I'll change out of my noble outfit.
Let's go as a team.
Yeah.
A rope of 4 strands is not easily broken.
Shall we all hold hands and walk down the center of the thoroughfare?
We should hug each other from behind in a line.
Oh. What's so funny?
So-
This is how adventurers keep from getting lost. At least that's what all my paladins were told.
Everybody link up.
What exactly were you going to tell Nadira?
Danger's still
He's
lost.
going to make the report and basically repeat what we heard, that they're going to mess with the current Panarch, and then Bors, who we also know is Caradon, is going to meet with her tomorrow, and whatever it is they're going to do is going to make it not a problem. Right? Is that close
Yeah.
enough?
Okay. So,
Just in case we're all being watched or followed, we might want to break up into a couple different groups. But you know the way, I know the way, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with Adina.
I'll go with
Bye.
Rafe.
okay. So, yeah, you guys all meet up with Nadira, and you give her your information.
Does she wonder why we didn't attack them then and there?
No, In fact, she says that she encourages you to take every step to prevent the Panarch's assassination or whatever they are plotting.
On. You do it.
She says that
Certain things bind her from doing so.
Do we know?
she
does
says
anyone other
that,
than Adina know that she's
she
nice
cannot
guy?
take a direct hand in that action because she would be most effective if Baleen does not even suspect that she's in Tanchico. The reason why is because of the meeting that Sarah said he had with Carradine, the Dark Friend. She suspects that one, if not all three, are Black Aja. She doesn't admit that.
And
your
she'll
presence.
box your ears if you even suggest it.
Yeah,
Well,
that
Well, do you?
none of us even realized that they're Aes Sedai, right?
I do.
You do, and Adina does, but I don't think either of us
Yeah.
have a clue.
But that's what she's gonna mention to you and Cho'Gath if he's in the room when she talks to you.
Yeah. Well, we all went to this meeting, so how do you suggest we go about stopping the assassination of the Panarch?
Well, you could always talk to her.
Okay.
I get to be the Lord this time.
'Cause that would probably be first option.
All right.
Hopefully, it doesn't put you in direct contact, but that would be option number 2 is to physically stop them.
Well, you got to pass the Lord's test.
You're beneath me.
That was good,
Pretty good.
but you have to
So
order.
this is when
Cho'Gath.
she explains the Black Aja thing while they're going about this.
I'm not ordering Cho'Gath to do
order
anything.
Cho'Gath to get you a peeled lemon and a hawk feather.
I don't believe I've
Without
ever
him
seen
killing
you
you.
do that either.
And you must survive uninjured.
Okay. Well, we
I
need
like
to.
Adina.
We need to discuss this. We need to come up with a plan how we're going to stop. And I know exactly what we need to do.
What is it?
We need to steal the Declaration of Independence.
It'll change all the systems of government. There won't be any anarch. Because who would want some sort of monarchy after that knowledge?
Yeah, so we'll need to come up with a plan. So should we just go to her palace and say that she's in danger and see what happens? Hey, maybe our reputation will come into play here.
Yeah,
It's possible.
What's your reputation scores?
with my new sword, it's a 3.
2.
I think mine's like a 5.
1.
Yeah,
As,
because you've got all kinds of masterpiece
Nadira
work.
will also pen a letter to the Panarch
Oh,
to say that
There we go.
there's an assassination attempt on her life. She fears that that's the most that she can do at this time. She needs to get back our word back to Tarvalon.
We could attempt to deliver it and gain access that way.
You know, the road, long, travel hard, you know.
What's her traveling on the road have to do with us
get the
delivering it?
refugees to like lift us
I've-
up and throw us over the wall.
Sooner started, sooner finished. You know,
Just have to
There's,
do the
I'm gonna-
traveling Lord ploy again.
I got time like in busy schedule.
Can
Right. I
Cho'Gath
got
be your
time to write
manservant this
down.
time?
And if I don't start out immediately, I won't make it over the passes in winter.
In Red Dead Redemption, they learned that the hard
Exactly.
way.
Shall
See?
did. Well,
No, I would just be known in my home region.
declare this your home. Well, we could attempt to sneak in. We could attempt to all. Well, looks like me and Rafe are the only ones with the appropriate clothes.
I've got
Put on a guise of nobility and try to talk our way in.
I've got courtier.
Right,
outfit
so
for
she's
being your-
she's given us a letter, right?
She's going to write a letter, which she'll have delivered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, why don't we just try to show up and see if we can get an audience with her, and maybe the letter will,
Have preceded us.
yeah, have preceded us.
Will she mention that she is sending some bodyguards?
Yeah, she could do that.
Maybe I can try to get a invitation from maybe that lady at the Silver Breezes knows somebody who could get us an invitation.
Do your nobility and royalty again.
Dark One's on luck.
Okay.
You got one more use of it.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll try it.
Did you just roll the same thing 3
No,
times?
one more.
Oh, okay.
So 11.
Yeah, you don't know enough about the Panarch, unfortunately, to have a good idea if she would meet with someone.
Traveling lords.
Yeah, someone saying that they're a lord just out of the blue. But you do know that every lord has guards. Those guards are supposed to protect that lord or lady with their life.
And if we kill them and take their place,
Then you would become the lords.
No, we become the bodyguards.
Oh, I thought you meant kill the lord and
No.
take their... Okay. Yeah, or you could be lesser guards. Who wouldn't want that? As opposed to a lord or a lady.
All right, so what's the plan?
Didn't come up with one.
jump over the fence and protect her.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where it might be Plan A time.
I don't know
Charge the palace?
if we can do it
Essentially,
through subterfuge, so I think we'd have to either sneak in there or attack. I mean, I could try to forge some documents, but I only did it one time.
Well, if you forge documents and then we show up and she has a letter from Nadira and the details are different, then it could cause more trouble than...
Well, I was thinking the more mundane reason to gain entry to the Panarch's palace.
Is it?
Like a delivery or something like that.
Wasn't there like a
Race
giant
these out.
museum in the Panarch
Right.
Palace?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was open to the public, though. I don't think it was.
Would we be able to forge something to get into that?
like, isn't it essentially like the King's Museum or the
Yeah.
Panarch's Museum?
Yeah.
You know, it's like a private collection.
What if we just show up and tell her guards that we have credible information on a threat to her life and see if she'll meet with us?
Maybe. Doesn't seem likely.
Well, we could just try to get up to the gate and see if we can talk our way past. Right now, it's looking like it's that, or we're climbing over the blasted wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could also attempt to maybe find some sort of delivery, food,
Yeah,
some
that's what I was
such.
thinking.
Sneak onto that, but it'd have to be quick, short notice.
We'd also try to kill them on their way to the Panarch's Palace.
Oh, intercept
Yeah.
Carradine.
That's also very,
I know where he's staying.
yeah.
What do you think? No way to know how many people he's going to be traveling with, like how
How many white cloaks?
many guards.
And well, thankfully, if he's traveling in full white cloak
Yeah.
regalia, no one will probably jump to. Well, no, they're feeding people, aren't they?
Yeah.
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 So are we.
Yeah, but we're not as known as a bunch of.
I don't know, after my stories, we may be well known.
What's your reputation?
It's
not as
3.
high as Jacob Carradine.
So we might have a riot on our hands targeting us if we attempt to attack them in broad daylight.
Well,
A street fight could get messy.
that's fine with me. I like messy. I don't feel bad no matter how many white cloaks you kill.
We could at least follow him. Either way, we end up at the palace. Either he's dead or we're just standing outside the gate trying to talk our way in.
Well, maybe that is the approach, though.
Okay.
I mean, it's direct,
Get your gear.
it's quick. If it doesn't work, then we can kill them in the street.
I'll shout for Avalanche to be saddled.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to try to talk our way in first, or are we just going to meet them in the streets?
Yeah, I thought we'd go case the white cloak place and see when he leaves. Are we talking about two different things?
I think so. Because you also floated the idea of just saying we had important information
Okay.
for the Panarch.
All right.
We could try to get
As
in
long
first.
as we do
and
something right now, I don't care what it is.
Go do that. We'll go try to talk our way in.
Okay.
I'll dress in my noble outfit. we'll go try to talk our way in. Well,
Okay.
Cho'Gath and whoever he wants to take with him case the White Cloaks. If you see us outside the gate, unable to have gotten in,
We'll know it's
pincer
time
attack
to
'em.
fight.
Storm the gates.
Won't have
go
to
with
storm
me?
the gates. Hopefully.
Sure.
Storm the gates.
So Falk and I will go case the White Cloak place.
Okay. So let's start with that. Are you guys going to do any type of gather information to get any other information about the White Cloaks and their small outpost?
I'm not.
Okay.
Nope, we got our lances. We got what we need.
Why are there two men blood-soaked with lances outside our headquarters, just staring?
We'll be down the street a bit. They're going to sit
gotta
right
have room
outside
to
the
charge.
gate. Yeah.
Sitting a horse. Why is one from Ilion and the other from the Borderlands?
I don't know what
From
they're doing,
Andor.
but it's probably safe to leave. Open the
So,
gate.
how long would you like to spend watching? And what are you watching for?
For
Any
Jacob
specifics?
Carradine.
Just him? Okay. So,
We know he's got to meet the Panarch, so we'll see if he leaves.
And see if the, what was her name? Serene?
Sari?
Goes in.
I did tell you she's Aes Sedai, right? That all three were? No.
Okay, so go ahead and do spot checks. Cho'Gath
14.
and Falk.
9.
So Cho'Gath, about an hour after you guys are sitting there watching, there's still some time before his appointment, as you do see Carradine in at the second floor window, looking over some paperwork. As he's doing that for a few minutes, and then he disappears from sight. Now, you guys know that it was going to be midday when he was supposed to meet. You have about 2 hours to go. Nothing else really happens during that time until it's time to leave.
Okay.
So, all right. When he leaves, it's quite a procession. It is Carradine escorted by 6 children of the light. You see Sari and Baleen in sedan chairs, and 4 footmen with 5 guards. 4 footmen each, carrying the chairs, and then 5 guards between them.
It's too many for us to handle by ourselves.
Yeah. We'll just have to trail them until they get to the place. See if Adina and Rafe had any better luck.
So they make or go through the crowded streets, and they come to a stop in the courtyard of the Panarch's palace. That's we'll switch over to Adina and Rafe. See what they're going to do here. So you guys were going to go and try and get into the palace, right? Okay. So you guys will have a 3-hour window there before that scene plays out.
All right. What are the feelings of Aes Sedai in this place?
I'm trying to remember what Tanchico's view on it was. I don't think they had an issue with them,
I don't
but
think
because
so.
of the White Cloak
They might.
presence, they might not be very welcome.
Oh, okay.
I know that obviously a little bit later on, there are some obvious Aes Sedai there, but as of now, it's
All right. So
Yeah.
rent some chairs,
okay.
and we'll go there. And I guess I have my accepted ring, right?
You do.
So I guess that will probably be how I'm going to try to talk my way past.
Okay. Do you want to actually wear it as an accepted or
No,
as an
well, I
Aes
figured
Sedai?
they probably won't know the difference, but I'll wear it as if I'm Aes Sedai.
Okay. Rafe, make a spot check.
Well,
Just plain.
are those chairs able to be shared? Where you're kind of like,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could if you'd like to.
yeah,
You could share them.
Ah, the IS pretend to be Aes Sedai ploy. I like it.
This, even says, "I got to get me one of them."
I don't think it would work for you, Ray. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe your hair was longer.
Okay, so you arrive in short order at the gates of the Panarch's palace, where your sedan chairs are stopped by guards.
So what's the penalty if I'm caught doing this? Is it stealing? Or is it just a really bad birching and farm for the...
Just
think it
think
really
very
depends.
carefully if you can keep within the 3 oath ideal and just let them think that's what you are.
Oh, I've already screwed up by putting it on the non-accepted hand.
Oh, gotcha. That's right.
I think it's depends on who catches you and who the Amerlin is.
Yeah, might get
Luckily,
busted.
Rafe is very well
He
acquainted.
rides
with
her
you
all over the place.
Yeah.
All right, so...
So, from outside the sedan chair, you hear a gruff voice shout, "Halt! What is your business?"
All right, I guess I'll kind of like place my hands where the ring is obviously visible. Oh man, what's a good name? Go on. Come on, Ray.
Over. I don't know. I can't
Adina, use that one. Oh. Just take a page out of Sheena Seti's book and say you're Nadir.
I was gonna go Nadine.
There you go.
Nadine Seti, here to see the Panarch on urgent business. Oh, I don't know what you want. You want bluff, composure, diplomacy?
Let's do a bluff. So there are a total of 4 guards out here.
Wish I had Darkwind's own luck.
Yeah, so I'll back, since it's her ploy she's running, I'll be quiet and try to take
Cat
a
crosses the
warder's,
courtard.
grace. Some of the
What'd you
forms
get?
that he taught me.
15.
Okay.
And if he's able to aid me,
Yeah, I guess I'll aid, although I might not get it. But yeah, I'm going to basically bluff being a warder. I'm going
Okay.
to take one of the stances that Cho'Gath's been teaching me with my short sword. Yeah, I got the aid.
so 17.
Okay.
It's a warder with a club.
It's a man, right? I'm talking to.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Okay. So the guards relax their defensive stance that they had taken, and the one that was talking, who has a knot of rank on his shoulder, bows low and asks, or says, "Apologies, Aes Sedai. I didn't see you in our appointment books today."
Let's see. I think I might just try to kind of like not intimidate, but like I gotta word it careful there. And do you expect all Aes Sedai to make business known to the public?
No, your apologies, Aes Sedai. He motions to one of the other guards, who goes
Especially with white cloaks in the city?
running back into the palace, and in short order, he comes back and asks if you would be as kind or so kind as to follow him, as the Panarch will see you now.
I'll nod graciously to him.
So they lead you into in through the palace. You do see the chambers that hold the private library, if you'd like to snoop around in there a little bit. No, just messing with you. All right. You go in through into a big audience room, and then you're actually taken to a small chamber off to the side. It's a more private setting. The Panarch is in there. There's also servants with some tea. she asks you to take a seat.
I do.
Or if you would like to take a seat.
Yeah, I'll nod and sit. Or actually, was it Panarch?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this just servant?
Panarch.
Do you curtsy to him? Yeah, I figured that. So, like,
Probably not Aes Sedai.
slight nodding
Yeah.
of the head.
So yeah, she directs the servants to pour some tea and asks what she may do to help you.
It's not what you can do to help us, it's what we can do to help you.
I don't need another vacuum. Okay, sorry.
I've uncovered, me and my colleagues have uncovered a plot that is about to go into effect, possibly to assassinate you.
As you hear gasps of shock coming from the servants, her eyes widen slightly, and she asks where you came about this information. Who would want me dead? Everybody loves me.
Well, I guess I might sort of lie there. The lips of Jacob Carradine himself.
So she asks if you would start from the beginning, and what exactly is this plot? So you do a sense motive.
25.
Okay. When you mention Jacob Carradine, you can tell that the threat is less credible, right, than it had been a second ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. As even though you are Aes Sedai, as you
Well,
just
we also have
stated
reason
that
to dislike.
a High Inquisitor of the Children of the Light is going to assassinate her.
Well, it's not that unheard of. But
As with what's recently happened with them coming in and helping, and even being on good terms with the king and her, she doesn't see it, at least, as they've been helping to maintain the peace here.
Yeah.
As by assassinating a panarch, that would cause riots and chaos. It doesn't make any sense.
So what do you want where I could kind of start maybe trying to bring this ship around?
So, since you recognize that, I would say outline the details without directing the attention to Carradine himself, right? Because you know that if you keep pressing that she's not.
I'm going to roll composure. I
Okay.
need to get a 15 to get a +2 to bluff, diplomacy, and intimidate.
Okay.
Right, got it. So I guess the way I'm going to go is that it's other political parties that
Okay.
want him to, that he's kind of beholden to them to carry out this assassination. And he may not want to do it, but he's going to have to. They seem to be at odds, but it's happening very soon, whatever it is they have planned.
Okay. So she listens, and she thanks you for the warning. She calls in the captain that was out at the gates and tells him to increase the number of guards, or double the amount of guards that are on hand.
I have reason to believe that the walls of this palace might not be enough to be protection for you.
The walls and my trusted guard are all I have.
You may need to flee the city. Now, I know I'm probably going to be fleeing the city soon either way.
I'll interject at that
What-
moment, and I'll just be pardon Nadine Seti. Panarch, sorry, what was her name?
Deledrin.
Deledrin. I should remind you that Nadine Seti is bound by the 3 oaths, and she can speak no word that is untrue.
There you go. Okay.
And I'll be generally intimidating while I say that, just to make them afraid, right?
Okay. So, she
Carry
takes
on.
a good long time before she answers, but she instructs the guard or instructs a servant to pack up some belongings, and tells her guard that to make whatever excuse they need to of why she had to leave, right? But she will.
All right. you won't mind if we stay with you till you are leaving, are actually gone, for your own protection?
Yeah, she says that she should be leaving within the hour here. So it does take a little bit longer, but she does get packed up for what seems like a pretty long journey, and then her and her guards depart.
All right. So depending on how much time we got, I guess we might be waiting like outside in an alleyway somewhere.
Yeah, so it's kind of up to you guys on how long. Let's see. I would say that probably took all in all about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. So you got about an hour before Carradine gets there.
All right. Yeah.
As if you guys want to take up, there are places that you could. So
Yeah, I wanted to say to Falk, let's cut over a couple streets and then book it to the palace.
As fast as we can with all these people in the way.
Yeah. So we want to do that, just like cut over a few streets and then get to the palace.
Okay.
ASAP, ride down any peasants that get in our way.
Well, no.
Okay, not that. Some of the ones that get in our way.
Two of the ones that
If I'm not allowed to charge recklessly at the head of the White Cloaks, then we're not running down peasants.
Okay. But if there's any rodents, I'm not stopping.
Sure, but it's okay if we use their faces to make our clothing. What a hypocrite.
Yeah. Well, we could
I
call
stayed out of that conversation.
we call the clothing line like Faces of Humanity.
I like it.
You know, it's like
Tanchico chic.
Bougie refugee.
I like it.
human suffering is funny.
That's the line. Human suffering.
We got to wrap it up there, John. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. As this is one of the very small windows.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.